Welcome back here to 30 days. It's time for some Starcraft here on day 4. It's going to be Dimaga versus kArA. Thank you for all those people that gave comments back in the VODs and just give me feedback. It was great stuff. I'm looking to see more and more. And you know what? I'm just going to take the comments about that I got and just implement straight away. And also what I got from the big one from yesterday. Which he gave to me after I was watching a game with White Raw versus TLO, actually, which was quite interesting. However, it's Dimaga versus kArA here on Steps of War. So it should be interesting already starting up. We got Dimaga already going out as the Zerg, and kArA as the Protoss. Dimaga from the Ukraine, kArA from Germany, also known as Deutschland. Let's see here what we can see. Production. And so right now we got a couple of probes in production here from both sides actually. Just a resource unit. Nothing really interesting. See whether or not Dimaga is going to go for a pool or a hatchery built. Let's see if it goes double up. Let's see what he has here. He's got himself more overlords, and right here and here next, there's nothing going on. No pylons yet. So we have a pylon coming down here from kArA. Possibly we see, because this is such a close map, I don't think you really need those proxy pylons that you can get through the warp gates from the Protoss. If you got more probes coming in, let's see what's going on the other side though. There's more cocoons coming out. We have a bit of a scout coming out here. Probe will be looking to see if we can get some scouting coming out. Not much going on for the moment though. It's more drones are being built now on the Dimaga side, as kArA is doing the same thing, but now with probes. However, let's see. Well, he's got his overlord coming out as well, so that's fairly standard. We have a gateway. The gateway is being built. For those people that had some questions actually in the comments, what the hell is a gateway? Gateway is your basic construction building for ground units such as zealots or stalkers, etc., etc. So that was basically the basic building for the Protoss. We got an assimilator coming up, so no double gas just yet. Let's see what's going on the other side. We got a gas coming up from Dimaga as well. Let's see how many. He only has 2. No, he's got 3. So he's got 3 of the. 3 of the drones on there. We got a spot pool finally coming out as well. So single pool build at the moment with a single extractor. So depending on what he's going to do later on, if he's going to go for double gas, yeah, he's going to go for double gas now as well. So we could be looking at something that is very, very gas heavy. Got Queen being built as well, and Zerglings coming out. We got a cybernetics core and a single forge. Single gateway and a cybernetics core on this ramp trying to block it off. So a very, very slow start here on the side of kArA, and he's about to be scouted up by this overlord. We don't see anything in here that no scouts on there at the moment from Dimaga, as kArA is building his first zealot. This overlord is just there and just camping it out, see what is going on. And is he coming out before the cybernetics core is done? That doesn't appear to be the case. Cybernetics core is actually just in time. This queen is out here as well. This probe is still running around, and finally he goes down by these Zerglings. And he's actually going for morphing up towards a lair. So we could be looking at a T2 very, very early on from Dimaga. It was got his spawning pool up, and he's not doing anything with the pool for the moment, aside from just creating. Let's see. No, he's just. Yeah, he's building another overlord, but no buildings at the moment. We got a warp gate, a sentry being built again. Is another warp gate coming out? Yes, there's another gateway coming out, and more pylons as well. So we got 2 gateways coming out now for kArA, who's just building up. So we got a 3rd one now as well. So it does look like, what's he doing? He's going for warp gates. Is he building any proxies anywhere? I don't see no proxies being built. If he does it, he probably will do it on the natural expansion, which could be a little bit of an issue. Got spine crawlers coming out. That's the basic defense here for Dimaga, so you won't get any raiders into his base. Placement is decent-ish. Spawning pool. He's building more drones, spine crawlers. No combat units. More zealots being built by kArA, and he's got this sentry. But aside from that, it's not really doing anything for him. More drones being built, zealots, and a couple of probes, and more sentries coming out as well. Sentries being able to. Ooh, we got a couple. We got these zerglings here, and they'll be taking down this probe, no problem. Just rushing it out. And we have the overlords just puking down on towards the ground just to increase the creep, and that'll allow the queen to move out towards the ramp and defend that ramp better. What's he going for? He's going for grooved spines. What does grooved spines do again? I'll need to figure. Oh, there we go. It's Hydralisk, so ranged on towards the Hydralisk. So we're going to see Hydralisks on the field very, very shortly. Is he building any? Yes, he's building 4 Hydralisks at the moment. I got a couple of Zerglings out here as well, but yeah, we got the creep being connected now as well, but no expansion. We do have the first expansion coming out now. Nexus coming out for kArA, and he's building more sentries. Where are his troops? He's got a couple of zealots down here. He doesn't have any upgrades on towards his weapons, as he now knows that there's a zealot down here. But spine crawler's already pounding in. Ooh, that is close. Oh, that's one. That is one zealot down. Ooh, that could have been avoided. Of course, they can't see up the ramp, but that is such a shame on that perspective. The Zerg are just quickly going back, and Dimaga. Oh wow, the zealot is being destroyed, and he only managed to take down 1 Zergling. That is such a waste, and he didn't really manage to scout anything. He doesn't know. I don't think he knows about the Hydralisks. No, he doesn't, and he will know any moment now, because the Hydralisks are now sitting on the ramp, and kArA is going for Twilight Council though, so we're trying to upgrade his zealots even more. More warp gates coming in. There's Overlord being built now at the moment as well. Let's see at the unit count what we have. We got 1 queen, a couple overlords, 9 Hydralisks versus only 2 zealots. 9 Hydralisks versus only 2 zealots. At this stage, Dimaga is so far ahead in the units, it is not even funny, especially these Hydralisks. And the spine crawlers are just putting up shop and moving forward as the second hatchery is finally coming out for Dimaga and just pushing forward. And now he's going for an evolution chamber as well, trying to get more power on towards his units. What's he doing for the rest? More cocoons being built with more Hydralisks. The queen is just plopping these cocoons down everywhere. And the sentries, meanwhile, are all over the place. And they won't. I don't think they're going to do much damage. Well, they do take out these Zerglings very, very quickly. But what is he going to do? He's finally managed to get a forge. He hasn't gone for any upgrades on that perspective. So, Stalkers, perhaps? As he's chrono boosting his Nexus and making the building work harder. That's good. But still nothing with the forge. Is he doing anything Stalker-wise? It doesn't appear to be the case. He can build them, though, but he does not have the minerals for it. Let's look at the resources here. While both sides have the upkeep at 85 to 60, which is very, very close. With Dimaga ahead in minerals and especially gas, so we'll be able to turn out more stuff there. And he's gone for a dual evolution chamber, and he's got missile attacks, and he's pumping everything in towards those Hydralisk attacks, and just getting more and more damage in. These Hydralisks are everywhere, and he's being covered by the spine crawlers as well, slowly moving them forward. These probes, I don't think kArA actually knows what's going on. No, he doesn't. He can't see anything, and this base is completely camped in. So he will not be able to know what is going on back here. Meanwhile, though, more stuff being built. Let's see what what's being produced. Well, he's got these spine crawlers and zealots being built. But and now Psystorm as well. Psystorm is being researched. Is that Twilight Council still up? Yes, it is. We could be looking at Templars, possibly Archons, being built by kArA, and that would be an interesting move. And he will need that. Psystorm being built. More Zealots being coming in. He's got a photon cannon, so he knows there's going to be a very big attack, and these sentries will be just standing there to get the shields up on towards the ramp while the photon cannons take down the Hydralisks as they come in. But where are the Hydralisks right now? It does look like, well, there's fairly heavy expanding going on here on towards the side of Dimaga, who's going for a second queen. And are the evolution chambers doing anything? You have to get tunneling claws being built. Ground armor being coming in on towards the Protoss. We have Burrow coming down now as well. So it does look like Dimaga will try to lure the troops behind him and trying to move them in. And more spine crawlers being built by the drones. As another expansion is most likely going to be built very, very shortly. Another hatchery coming out here, most likely. But look at that; these minerals are being pounded out like crazy, and at this stage, I don't see. Well, we have the forge is being chrono boosted, so he'll try to build up. But finally, Stalker's being built. But look at that! Missiles number 2, Carapace number 2, tunneling claws, all being built, as well as Burrow. It's just Dimaga is just putting all his eggs in one basket and then going fully on towards the Hydralisks. How many Hydralisks is he building right now? Well, not much. He's going for roaches, actually. My apologies. Going for roaches. I'm trying to build those range units. That could be interesting. Very, very interesting. High Templars now out and about as well. Those Psy Storms will be very, very important for the roaches. We've got another expansion coming out. Nexus here. Pylons as well. More photon cannons, making sure that nobody can get near. As the Overlord is going around, let's see what Dimaga can see. He knows about the expansion. And he knows what's going on in the base. And we do have kArA. What does he know? He knows about this, but he does not know about the second expansion, I think. No, he doesn't. So we have to have another hatchery here, and all of these Hydralisks are on standby. But look at that. Infestation pit going out, and more roaches being built, as well as a queen. The Protoss ground weapons coming out now as well. And they're just going ahead. Anything weapons-wise being built. Yeah, well, we've got this stuff going on back here, but nothing really important. Finally, it does look like kArA is going out. See what he can do. And these High Templars, while weak, will be very important. And it does look like he's checking out the high yield spawn, which will give far more minerals than the normal spawn, which is just checking things out. See what he can find. There's a creep tumor here trying to figure out. Ooh, a spine crawler's coming in. Actual battle could be going underway. Let's see what's going on here. We got one of these spine crawlers already dying really, really quickly. We got more power coming in. We have all these roaches just crawling under the shields, and they're doing so much damage here. We have this Psystorm does come off, and it does take most of these roaches down. Oh, look at that! And more down to only 25%, and these roaches are in pain. How many Templars survived there? All of them managed to live through that onslaught. These roaches had some massive damage onto them. They've already regenerated, but now Dimaga knows that he is up for his Psystorm with these High Templars, and he knows that that has a big effect on towards his army. He needs to take these Templars out as fast as he can, but he has not committed. He has not committed his Hydralisks just yet. Roaches still on towards the map. As these range units are very, very powerful. For more spine crawlers coming out. Spine crawlers did die first due to the Psy Storms from the High Templar. They're trying to go moving around, see what they can do. No chrono bursting just yet. We have another assimilator being out. Oh, hello! Where did this come? Nidus Worm runs from behind as these Overlords just comes out with the Hydralisk in tow. And they're trying to pull in. Oh, the Psystorm comes out and the Hydralisk trying to get back in towards the Nidus Worm. Hello! Nidus Worm is going to go down, but a nice try nonetheless. Dimaga tried to run a Nidus in the canal straight in towards the base of kArA, and no losses were there. The Psystorm was too much. The Hydralisks actually managed to fall back very, very nicely. But look at all these roaches. Look at that. How many roaches is that? That's what? Holy crap. 9, 18, that's like 22 roaches. Another 3 come in. But 123 in supply onto it. Look at that. Let's see what's going on in army size. 145 in supply from... Ooh, what's it? Archons. Archons being built now as well. They'll be doing most of the tanking now. But look at this, 160 in supply. As the spine crawlers get found out with their pants down, and they're going to be lost. As, yeah, the shields come down. There's not much you can do about that, and the spine crawlers will die, as well as this this creep out. And he was trying to creep out towards the high yield, and trying to get right on top of kArA's case. But we have these Archons now out, and in all honesty, I don't know if that was such a good idea. Psystorm, well, we do have a couple of High Templars still in the field, but it's difficult. He's got a lot of tank on those. It's 300 shield with only a paper thin. Oh, more Psystorm coming out, and all these roaches, which are getting pounded, and they're trying to just roll out. Oh, look at that shield coming down! Oh, this Psystorm needs to come off quickly. There's another Psystorm come off. Oh dear! No damage just yet, though, as only one of the roaches almost died in that. As another Archon is there, and the roaches are just coming around. Look at all those holes in the ground as they're trying to regenerate quickly. And some Psystorm did exactly what they did, in combination with the shields on the ground, just blocking off a huge chunk of the roaches who just burrowed under them and managed to get away just in time. The Psystorm did their damage, and that is exactly what they need to do. What is being produced, though? More Psystorm coming off on towards these roaches. Roaches have to fall back. I don't think these roaches are in any good position unless they try to force back in, while the High Templar have nothing to gain. And they're going on more Zerg weapons and Carapace as well. And now they're going for more damage on towards the ground Carapace, and more roaches, 9 being queued up. And the Zealots are being researched for charge, and more armor and weapons are being recharged. And Immortals now coming out as well, and those Immortals will do massive damage on towards the troops. As another Nidus Worm has come out with these Hydralisks on for the count, but they're quickly going to be annihilated. And these Hydras are down. What are the Roaches doing meanwhile? They're coming around. Then this expansion is going to be a fact. The high yield expansion is going to be a fact here. More creep being deployed. As the high yield expansion is now also a case for kArA. Dimaga is still in difficulty because he's putting most of his power right on towards these roaches. As the Overseers are just quickly just going around. Ooh, another Nidus Worm coming out. A Nidus Worm riding towards the base of kArA. It's going to be close. Can kArA see it? No, he can't. He won't know that there is. Are there going to be roaches? Is it going to be the roaches? We're moving straight in towards the base. We're about to find out. As here come the roaches straight in towards kArA's base. Kipow. Now that is sexy right there. Coming straight in towards the base, taking out the archives. And what? Well, there's not much here to kill, but all these warp gates are going to be primed. And all the units are coming back. All these Zealots are warping back in. He's not going after the pylons just yet. He's going after the Twilight Council, making sure that nothing can be built. That is one. The Simulator is going to go down. The Twilight Council is down as well. More pylons being targeted. The warp gate is down. The Nidus Worm is on standby just in case. We got Zealots being warped in. There come the troops of kArA, but is the damage already done? He's going after the Nexus. Is the Nexus going to die just in time for the roaches? It does look like it's going to be the case, and that is the Nexus down. Ooh, this could be difficult. The sentries need to pop down these shields right between him and the Nidus Canal. More High Templars are in there. They're ripping through the troops. There come the Psy. There comes the Psystorms right in towards the roaches. Where are the shields? Are the shields coming down? No more High Templars are down. These troops of kArA being absolutely annihilated. At least the High Templars are, and the Nidus is down, but at the cost of most of his High Templar. That is such a shame on that part. Where are... Well, he still has his Archons, but his High Templar are all down, and he does not have his troops. And did he lose his expansion? Yes, he did. As another Nidus Worm came around and took down the expansion with these Hydralisks. At the moment, Dimaga is still doing very, very well. He managed to take down the high yield, and he's got himself a high yield expansion of his own. He's just plowing ahead. Let's see. Let's see if these units lost. Oh, look at that. 9,000 worth of resources lost from kArA right now. 64 down. But look at these roaches. They'll be able to rip this forest to shreds. Unless, of course, we have these immortals. Are there any? Yeah, there are High Templar in that group. And you need to do something quickly to start doing that. As the roaches, as a fresh pack of roaches come in, and another pack of roaches coming in from the side. The Zealots are coming in. They're trying to tank it in. As kArA thinks, you know what, I'm out of here. And there's more Psystorm coming out. Oh, look at that Psystorm! That's a massive one right there! Massive damage on towards these roaches as they're popping in towards the ground, trying to get back out. Another Psystorm coming off, a third and a fourth. As more and more damage constantly being pumped out by these High Templars. But they have run out. Have they run out of energy yet? Doesn't appear to be the case. The roaches are still in tow. The immortals are still coming out. More Psystorm coming out as well. Still a lot of damage coming out. These roaches are fairly low, but the shields are down on a couple of these High Templar. They need to watch out as shields coming, dropping down now as well. And these roaches, once again, healed up completely using that burrow. And on the other side, kArA does not have that luxury. We'll probably see another Psystorm right here. As more of these Zealots are down. As he hasn't upgraded his shields just yet. What is going on that regard? We can finally have the shields upgrade and the thermal lance. So we're looking at Colossus. We might be looking at Colossi being built very, very shortly. Yes, it does look like the case. The lance is being built. And that Colossus will be able to do so much damage as long as he's being microed around fairly well. As another expansion is being, this kArA's trying to build here. It's not going to last because the roaches have already found it out. And that is lost. But that thermal, here we go. Colossus 1 being built already. Queens and roaches. The attack is still focused mostly on the roaches, but we still have this Overlord just sitting here. He can drop a Nidus at any moment, and this one as well. But there's nothing going on inside this base at the moment. More damage coming out. As all of these roaches are still doing a lot of damage. We still have that Psystorm coming out. I do believe that a couple of these Zealots went down. That's a shame right there. As more power coming in, more Psystorms. As we have another attack coming here from the Zealots, trying to get as much damage as they possibly can. We got shields coming out. Oh, these roaches are all stuck! All these roaches are stuck. This one is definitely going to die. And these forces are completely destroyed. But these shields are completely blocked it up. Another Psystorm comes off. And these roaches are in so much trouble. We see more and more Starcraft pounding in the damage. And they're just trying to go after these roaches as they're burrowing in towards the ground. As these immortals are doing so much damage on ripping the roaches to shreds. Dimaga has troops are all away, but on the other side we have more roaches coming out through a Nidus Canal that comes out straight in towards the base and towards the warp gates. These warp gates are being absolutely decimated right now. That's one down. Actually, the second down already. We have the troops quickly coming around trying to get the damage, and we have a Colossus on the field. He'll be able to step up straight away, and he'll be trying to get in the damage. 1, 2, 3, damage coming in. As finally the troops come out, and they'll be able to fall back towards Nidus if necessary. It does look like that's going to be the case, as the Zealots are trying to get close. Another Psystorm coming off. As this game is anyone's game still, as we have these sentries, and they're just trying to take in the damage, as the Zealots are just absolutely pounding their way through, and finally manage their way off. And all these Stalkers and Immortals are stuck because they can't get through here. It's a bit of an awkward situation there. Meanwhile, we still have 62, I'm not making this up, 62 roaches on the side of Dimaga. And he can just do anything right now. Does he still have this high yield? Yes, he does. He has so much resources. Look at that, Dimaga at 800, but look at that gas. And he's got so many resources on the map, and these minerals are coming out as well. We've got more extractors being built right now just to make sure that he can get more and more of that gas. Meanwhile, kArA has decided to go for a little bit of a stroll, taking down more this other expansion as well. And he's just out and about. And he's got 4 Colossi. 4 friggin' Colossi. Holy crap. That is a lot of Colossi. These roaches are now here. The roaches being carved up slightly. Will we see shields? We'll need to see shields if they want to block up the roaches. No, they won't. Oh, hello. We got infestors coming out now as well, trying to infest as many of these troops as well. He's going after the immortals as well as one colossus, and then pounding the damage. The infestors are absolutely taking over the troops. This is like Wraiths in Warcraft 3, but worse. As most of the roaches are being confined towards the ramp. I don't see, well, that's one colossus down. And all these roaches are getting so much damage in towards them. And all the High Templar are gone now as well. If you had any High Templar there, then you would have taken down most of these roaches and these infestors in the back. Really did the damage, especially on towards that colossi, and completely denying. But look at these troops. There's just so much of them. The classic Zerg are in the house. 190 supply. He's almost maxed out. And he's looking to finish the game. To finish it off. These infestors will go straight for the colossi. All 5 of them. And the roaches will do the rest. There's another High Templar here, but he does not have much energy. Only 53. How much does it cost? 75 for Psystone. That's not going to be enough. And it's not going to be enough. Oh, hello, Nidus Canal. The roaches just coming out from the back. And they're just going after the pylons. And at this point, pylons are being killed one by one. And more gateways back here. And why they're just going after the assimilator is a little bit beyond me. As he should be going after the pylons and taking out the warp gates. Colossus trying to move in. And that Colossus could be in trouble. And it does look like, that's a little bit close. Yeah, he won't be able to follow them on the ridge. And they're going after the cybernetics core anyway. It's another expansion coming in. This expansion area has been so aggressively attacked early on by both sides, trying to get their bases down. And there's not going to happen much, as the roaches are still going around. Look at all those colossi. They're absolutely tearing it up. Oh, wow, these roaches are being absolutely annihilated in combination with Psystorm. Oh, wow, absolutely amazing here, as these colossi are doing so much damage onto the roaches, and the infestors are down as well. The entire force absolutely annihilated there by these colossi, and the infestors could not take them over quickly enough. And there are the troops. Will it be enough? Oh, wow, these lances are just too much. Still doing so much damage, and they're just burning these roaches up. Oh, but all of these colossi are being taken over by the infestors. And now the roaches will just make where kArA calls get game. He knows it is over. The colossi are gone, and the infestors have won the match. Absolutely great play. I should have focused a little bit more on the infestors trying to get on towards the colossi. These colossi were tearing the roaches to shreds at the end of the match there. But these infestors came in and won the game for Dimaga. It was a very, very long game, and we actually had a warp prison coming out here with these probes trying to come out in the back. But regardless, both sides, balls to the wall, awesome play here, especially in the end with the colossi and Dimaga just forcing them himself forward into its base very, very early on with that double pool and trying with that double hatchery and trying to move in and with an early expansion as well. Very, very good game. This has been ACEPEC here on Quad V with day number 4 of 30 days of StarCraft. Please leave your comments below so I can improve, and of course this cast itself was really not all that good, to be quite honest, if I have to say myself. But the goal of this is to improve over the next 30 days. 26 days now to go, and I'm sure that by day number 20 or day 25, I may be able to churn out a moderately decent cast. However, till then, my name is Edmund ACEPEC, and this has been 30 days of StarCraft. Good night.